This is Lori Vallow, convicted of murdering her two youngest children. Reportedly, in September 2019, 7-year-old Joshua Vallow and his 16-year-old sister Tylee Ryan vanished from their home in Idaho.
Where are your kids? No comment? They've been missing for 4 months. You have nothing to say?
When JJ's grandparents, Kay and Larry Woodcock, couldn't reach their grandson, they requested a welfare check in November 2019.
Stood up and I said, "Where are the children? Where are the children? Give us back our children."
During investigation, police found she had recently married Chad Doerman, whose wife had mysteriously died just weeks before. When officers asked about the children, Lori lied and said JJ was staying with a friend in Arizona. 9 months later, the children's bodies were found buried on Chad Doerman's Idaho property.
Found dead, burned, mutilated, and dismembered, and buried like animals.
At trial, prosecutors revealed that Lori and Chad believed the children had become possessed and needed to be eliminated so the couple could be together and prepare for the apocalypse.
Are you okay?
The jury found Lori guilty on 6 counts. Before sentencing, family members delivered emotional victim impact statements, calling Lori a monster and begged for the maximum sentence.
JJ and Tylee could have been with us living happy lives. Instead, she took all that away, all because she is a money-hungry, power-mongering monster.
Lori then addressed the court.
I know for a fact that my children are happy and busy in the spirit world.
The judge was appalled by her justifications, noting she was in a bizarre religious rabbit hole.
You simply have no remorse for it, even sitting here today.
The judge then read the sentence.
The charge you were convicted of, the first-degree murder of Tylee Ryan, you are sentenced to the custody of the State Board of Corrections to serve the maximum allowed sentence, a fixed determinate term of life imprisonment with no possibility of parole.
Lori stood still, emotionless, as the judge sentenced her to life in prison without parole. Chad Doerman was found guilty and sentenced to death. This is Chad Doerman, convicted of murdering his 3 young sons at their family home in Ohio. Reportedly, Doerman returned home early from work and told his wife Laura this was his last good meal.
The defendant says to Laura that this will be my last good meal. Laura begins to worry that this is a statement that he may be contemplating suicide.
After lunch, he asked his wife and their 3 sons, Clayton, Hunter, and Chase, to join him in the bedroom for a nap. After they laid down together, Doerman opened his gun safe, retrieved a rifle, and shot Hunter twice. Laura tried to help Hunter while screaming for the other 2 boys to run, and Clayton fled through the back door, but Doerman chased him into a nearby field, shot him from behind, then approached him as he lay injured on the ground and fired a bullet into his head. Doerman's 14-year-old stepdaughter, Alexis, who had witnessed the first shots, ran after Clayton, telling him to keep running, and watched as her stepfather executed him. She then rushed back inside, grabbed 3-year-old Chase, and tried to escape to the road. Doerman followed her and aimed the rifle at her head, ordering her to put Chase down before he tried to fire but was out of ammunition. So Chase ran to his mother, who was now outside trying to save Clayton. Doerman reloaded his weapon as Laura grabbed the rifle barrel to stop him, but he shot her through the thumb, forcing her to release Chase. Doerman then shot the 3-year-old once in the head.
I just seen the kids out playing yesterday, like the little boy was riding his go-kart like he does all the time. They were good kids. He was just a very angry man. Like, he just was always yelling at his wife and his kids.
When deputies arrived minutes later, body camera footage shows Doerman sitting calmly on the front steps with his rifle beside him.
Stand up! Stand up now!
After his arrest, the detectives asked if he shot his sons, and he answered no.
Did you shoot your son? Yeah. Who did?
During the investigation, prosecutors revealed Doerman had been planning the murders 8 months before the killings, calling it the most horrifying crime they had ever seen.
We're still discovering facts
but the evil horror of what we know is impossible to process.
At trial, prosecutors originally sought the death penalty. However, Doerman's defense entered a plea of not guilty by reason of insanity, claiming he was suffering from severe mental illness and was delusional at the time.
Do we still know why Chad did this?
No idea. Don't know why. That will probably never be answered.
After more than a year of legal proceedings in court, Doerman accepted a plea agreement to avoid the death penalty and pled guilty to 5 charges. Before sentencing, Alexis confronted her stepfather with her victim impact statement.
Chad, I trusted you with my life. And honestly, I looked up to you more than anyone. I saw you as my dad, not just a stepdad, because it hurts to know I will never get to experience another day with my 3 brothers, or to make any memories anymore, because their innocent lives were taken away so quickly and horribly by their own father.
His wife, Laura, also didn't hold back her emotions.
I was injured that day, fighting with every ounce of my body to just make it stop. I struggle every day, knowing I was not successful in doing so. And now I have to live with this and wonder what more I could have done to save them.
The judge then read the sentence.
Count 1, I'll impose a prison sentence of life in prison without the possibility of parole. No fine will be imposed. As count 2, it'll be a life prison term without the chance of parole. And count 3, it'll be life in prison without the possibility of parole.
Doerman showed no visible reaction as the judge sentenced him to life in prison. This is Susan Smith, convicted of murdering her 2 sons, Michael and Alexander, by drowning them. Reportedly, Smith was having an affair with Tom Finley, the wealthy son of her boss. One day, Finley sent her a letter ending their relationship, stating he was not ready for the responsibility of children. 8 days after the breakup, Smith strapped her sons into their car seats, drove to John D. Long Lake, and let the car roll down into the water.
It's hard to imagine that the car has just vanished.
She then claimed a black man had carjacked her and kidnapped her children.
All he ever told me was shut up or I'll kill you. He said don't say anything else.
For 9 days, she made tearful pleas on national television for their safe return.
To whoever has my children, that they please bring them home.
While her husband David stood beside her, believing her story.
Yes. I believe my wife totally.
9 days into the investigation, Smith confessed to the murders. She admitted to letting her car roll into the lake with both kids still in their car seats.
Susan Smith has been arrested and will be charged with 2 counts of murder in connection with the deaths of her children.
At trial, Smith's defense attorneys argued she was suicidal and suffering from severe depression, claiming she intended to die with her children but jumped out at the last moment. However, prosecutors presented evidence, including a recreation showing the car floated for 6 minutes before sinking. The jury deliberated for 2.5 hours before finding her guilty on both counts of murder. Smith sobbed as the judge sentenced her to life in prison with the possibility of parole after 30 years.